Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Crack House Chronicles. I am Donnie, your host, and with me is a man that wants everyone to know that he is the best eater of leftovers in his house. It's Dale.
I call bullshit on that one.
You don't eat no leftovers?
I'll try not to.
Oh, man.
I'm a leftover hater.
You don't do no leftovers?
No.
Oh.
Well, unless I'm hungry. Well, it depends on what it is.
Hey, leftovers is food, too.
I can see people out front with signs.
Yeah.
Leftovers.
Yeah, let us know. If you eat leftovers, let us know.
Let us know.
If you don't eat leftovers, let us know.
No, I ain't saying I won't eat them, but, 9 times out of 10, you get the little box, take it home, put it, you know where it is in the refrigerator. You know where it is when you take the trash off. Still in the damn refrigerator because you forgot to take the trash off.
Yeah, I get that. But let's say your wife cooks a big old meal and something really good you like.
Oh, that's different.
Okay.
Yeah. Like chili. My wife cooks some killer chili.
Yeah, you can eat that for a couple
The
days.
thing is, she'll make a pot big enough for 55 people, so
Yeah.
we can eat that all week.
So you good with that with leftovers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
You ain't hating on them kind of leftovers.
No.
All right, I got you. All right, bud. You got any good shout-outs for us?
Yeah, I got a few, man. One we want to say appreciate. We got a big 5-star review from our buddy Bizarre Nate.
Bizarre Nate.
Yeah, man. He just said really cool. It was addictive, and basically he couldn't recommend us enough.
Oh, man.
Plus, he bought a T-shirt.
Hey.
Man, we love you, Nate. Appreciate you,
You
brother.
get a big shout-out for buying a T-shirt.
That's right. You got the Danzig one, but don't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I got got something else too, Don. We got an email from a friend of ours who, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just kind of paraphrase through it.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Our buddy Tyler, he's been on board with us since I've been here day one, and he sent us a message and asked us if we would help him out a little bit. His buddy has a 6-year-old daughter named Rylee, and she's just been diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh, man.
And they're setting up a GoFundMe, and there's a website, and they're selling some shirts and some decals, or you can just donate or whatever, anything. So he reached out to us to see if we could help them put the word out. So
Okay.
we know we're pretty big. I mean, we love all our Crack House family, but we really love our local folks, and he's been with us for a long time. So I said, you're damn right. You just send me the information, and we'll do what we can do.
Absolutely.
So we'll post all the stuff. The website is do you have to say www anymore?
I don't think you have to say www.
Okay, we'll skip that. I won't say www. Rylee, RYLEES, RyleesBattle.com. And then we'll post the GoFundMe and all that stuff on our socials and stuff, and then show notes and that kind of stuff. And
Yep.
if you can't donate, that's cool. We understand that, but if you can hit the share button or something like that and help them out a little bit, or drop a prayer for her, man. 6-year-olds, that's pretty rough trying to go through something like that. And she's down at Levine already in Charlotte, and they're doing what they can do. Some pretty rough stuff there.
Well, Tyler and Rylee, we're pulling for you.
Yes, I
We're
will.
going to get the word out for you.
Yes, sir. So anyway, so we do that. We want to. Anyway, that was a little serious business there, and I wanted to do that for them because they've been pretty good to us. Anything else? We wish our buddy Kim Poole happy birthday.
Well, actually, the recording of this, it's going to be a little bit late, but she had a birthday within...
It was the other day. But
Yeah, the
what
other
the hell?
day. Yeah. It's her birthday month. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, happy birthday, Kim. We appreciate what you do for us, man.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. And we'll remind everybody to go to Apple Podcasts, and if you listen to us on there, give us a rate and review. Click that 5-star.
Be like Bizarre Nate.
Bizarre Nate did. He clicked that 5-star, and he left a review. So
He did. A big long one. It was cool. 5 stars, and he's been binging and buying shirts. I mean, be like Nate.
Yep.
Be great like Nate.
be bizarre like Nate. And click that 5-star.
That's right. The Bizarre 5-star. How about that?
Hey, Bizarre 5-star.
Make a T-shirt.
Yeah, hey, could be a T-shirt. Thank you, Nate, for that good idea.
That's right.
All right, we're going to get into our episode, dude.
Let's do it, bro.
And we got a disappearance.
Like a magic trick?
No, this is a person.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And this is coming out of Marysville, Ohio.
Marysville. There's a Marysville, Tennessee, but we call it Merville.
Marvel.
Yeah, that's where my great-grandmother lived.
Oh.
Merville. That's what they called it. It's kind of like Cherville, I guess. Like
Cherryville, but
do you call it Cherryville?
I call it Cherville.
Cherville. Yeah, it's like CHUR.
Cherville.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's 4 syllables, end up being 2.
We ain't got time for all that.
You got to get to it.
Ain't nobody got time for all that, Donnie.
But this is in Marysville, Ohio, and this is the disappearance of Patti Adkins.
Patricia Patti Adkins.
Yeah, she was born Patricia Ann Atkins. on May the 4th, 1972.
Okay.
And it was reported that she lived in a pretty quiet neighborhood with her 7-year-old daughter, McKaylee. Now,
that's a cool name.
Yeah, it is a very cool name. And Patti was divorced from her ex-husband. This was several years prior to this disappearance. But they maintained a pretty good relationship, Dale, for the sake of McKaylee.
Right. That's cool.
And Patti, she worked at the Honda of America plant. There's an automotive plant there in Marysville, Ohio.
Pretty big place, right?
Yeah, they employed about 4,000 people.
That's pretty damn big place.
Big company.
Yeah.
And she was a second shift assembly line supervisor.
Line leader kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right.
And she was actually in line for promotion, going through all the steps, the test, and everything she needed to do to...
Yeah, I think she started working there when she was 19. So
she probably fresh out of high school, I guess.
Yeah, walked in and started at the bottom and working her way up.
She worked there for 10 years, so she had worked her way up, and
she was a good people person and that kind of thing. So
yeah,
probably helps.
But now, at the time of her disappearance, Patti was in a kind of an on and off relationship with a coworker of hers.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
Yeah, some people say a year, some people say 2 years.
I think it was about 2. I think her sister said it was around 2 years. So we'll go with that.
Yep. And this guy's name is not. It's mentioned in a lot of forums and stuff, but it's not. He's not been legally or
formally named by the police.
Yeah, but his name is Brian Flowers.
You said it.
I know, Brian Flowers. I know. But yeah.
Okay.
But you can find it out there. It's not hard to find.
Yeah, you don't even. It's not even. Google. Just start Googling, it'll pop up.
You Google Patti Adkins, Brian Flowers is going to pop up.
Yeah. So sorry.
Like
it
we
ain't
said,
like we're breaking news here or nothing.
Exactly. But Patti was in an on and off relationship with Brian for like we said, a couple of years or so. And Dale, he was a married man.
Yep. And
she had told her family and friends of hers that he had planned to leave his wife.
That's what he was telling her.
To be with her.
Right. Well, a lot more of this will come out, but as of right now, they're in a relationship for 2 years, and that's the story.
Yep.
And he's sticking to it.
And he was telling her that he was planning on leaving his wife, but he was working he had a side hustle with his brother-in-law.
Yes.
And not exactly sure what it was. It's something to do with automotive.
Yeah, I think it is like an automotive repair place or something, but it's hard to find out information on that.
Yeah.
I know they had a service truck, and they used to haul parts and radiators and that kind of stuff. So and it was something to do with automotive. So I'm assuming his repair shop.
Yep.
So we're gonna go with that.
Now he was telling Patti that for him to be able to divorce his wife and get out of the business with his brother-in-law, he was going to need some money.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
And Patti, to I guess speed up the process.
She just wanted to help him out.
Yeah, but to speed up the process and to be together, I guess.
Right, yeah, because she was really in love with this dude. And I don't know how far the relationship really went at this point. But, she knew they had discussed. I think it started off basically them just talking to each other at work. And then from that, she realized that we can really communicate well and I can just tell them anything. Mm-hmm. And she's, in her mind, she's like, wow, this has got to be my soulmate because everything's clicking right. And
she even said that it was more an intellectual relationship than physical.
Yes.
So
at this point, yeah.
They got along really well. They communicated really well together.
Yeah, and if it was any more than that, she didn't really let on to anybody.
Yeah.
And they were kind of hiding it at work anyway because that's probably not good.
I think he worked on a different part of the plant than her.
But still.
Yeah, but they still worked.
It was still hush-hush at the plant.
Yeah.
Yes. I think she had only told one coworker that they were even involved. So.
Mm-hmm. But she had told her sisters.
Yes.
She had a sister that lived near her. Her name was Marcia. And she had a sister that lived in Florida. I think her name was Janine.
I think so.
Yeah, but she had told her sisters about this affair that she was having with this coworker, Brian. Yeah. And they weren't too happy with it.
No, you know what they're going to say.
Yeah, they tried to discourage her, but she insisted that it was the real thing.
It's the real deal, and if it was a happy marriage, she would definitely stay away from it. But from what he's saying, everything's been in trouble for a long time, and he's just waiting to get out.
Yeah, but Brian was going to need some money to be able to get out of this business adventure he had with his brother-in-law.
Right.
And Patti got to lending him money.
Yeah. Well, at first I think she gave him like $20,000 right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's not little bits of money. I mean, she really wanting this guy to get out of there.
Yeah. And I think she was cashing in some credit cards, getting some money off credit cards, debit cards.
Yeah, she was taking some cash advances of her Visa card from the Honda credit union.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think dipping into her 401k like we mentioned.
Yep. And she was a second mortgage on her home, a whole bunch of stuff.
And in all, it's been reported that she gave Brian over $90,000. $90,000.
Right.
Big ones.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and she had told her family, her sisters,
Her
that she had done
sisters
this.
was going, what in the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
But,
Are you crazy?
This is real. I can trust him. And they're like, well.
That's what she was saying.
He's cheating on his wife. How can you trust him? Well, he loves me. He'll never do anything to me. Plus, he's going to start paying me back in July.
Yeah.
So
this was July of 2001.
Yeah.
But now, shortly before Patti's disappearance, Patti had told her family and friends that she was going to go on a vacation
Right.
with Brian. And this was during the week of 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's what the plant called shutdown week.
Right.
They closed for the week of the 4th. Everybody in the plant was going to be off for that week.
Yeah, we know how that is.
Oh, yeah. We've all been in places like that, I guess.
Right.
And she was going to leave with her boyfriend on June 29th,
Right.
2001.
And then it's kind of weird, too, because when you start getting into some details, this just gets. I was just thinking if you could see a field of red flags, this is it.
Yep.
Because there's a whole lot of flag throwing coming in here.
Yeah, we're going to try to cover all these details right
Yeah,
here.
we're going to try to go slow and talk about this stuff because it gets in the weeds a little bit.
And Patti had mentioned to her family and friends that there were a few possible destinations, including a trip to a remote cabin in Canada.
Yeah.
That's what he was telling her.
Mm-hmm.
Remote.
And she was really excited about it because, being a single mom, she didn't really get a chance to do much. And working, and being the boss lady at work, she was always there and she always worked hard. And then she never really took much time for herself. So she made up her mind that, when they got to talking about this is something she really wanted to do and they were going to go away. And I guess in her mind, this is really the beginning of maybe a more physical relationship because, he's going to take her off for a week instead of going home with his family because he had a wife and kids too.
Yeah, he did.
So instead of being with them, he was going to take her to Canada. So
Yeah.
she was pretty excited about this.
And they were going to leave when the plant shut down on June the 29th, right after work.
At midnight.
Yeah, she
Because
worked.
they work second shift, right?
Second shift. They worked from 3 to midnight.
Yeah, 3 to midnight, 3:30 to midnight, somewhere in there.
Somewhere along
Definitely
that.
to midnight.
Yeah. But she had told family and friends that she wouldn't be able to call anyone once they arrived at their destination because there was no service.
Yeah, no cell towers in the wilderness.
Yeah, or no kind of communication whatsoever.
Right.
That's what she told her family.
Right.
But Brian also told Patti not to pack anything.
Yeah.
That once they got there, they were going to buy all new clothes.
Flag.
Yeah.
So, first of all, let's talk about that. Okay, we're going to go. We're going to go for a week. Don't bring nothing.
Mm-hmm.
A week.
Don't bring nothing.
We're going in the middle of nowhere with no cell signal, but we're going to buy all new stuff.
Food or whatever we need.
Yeah. Now, first thing I think of, okay, you've been begging money from this woman for 2 years. How are you going to afford anything? Is she paying for it?
I don't know.
And if you're in the middle of, I was going to say, can I say bumfuck Egypt?
Yeah.
Or are we going to cut that out?
You can say bumfuck Egypt.
Okay. Well, they get in the middle of bumfuck Egypt. If you don't have no cell signal, nothing, where are you going to buy anything? Food, I guess they got I don't know, they have little stores. I don't know, I've never been to Canada. But anyway, it just don't make sense to me to don't bring anything because we're going to go out in the middle of nowhere and buy all new stuff.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
None. None.
That's what he told her.
Yeah, and we're going to leave straight after work. We're going to jump in the truck at midnight and take off to Canada, which would you say is probably just a couple hours to wherever.
Yeah, from Marysville, Ohio to the lowest point in Canada. I never did say where they were going, but
right,
it's a few hours away.
Because really they didn't really know because they didn't have it wasn't like they had a reservation or nothing.
No,
they were just going to go and
find a place to stay.
Yeah.
That made no sense.
So how you going to do that? I'm just going to drive to see a cabin in the woods and hope nobody's there?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, he had her snowballed, man.
Yeah, she was just so deep. It's really sad, but Patti was a really good looking lady. It's not like she was really. I don't know.
But you think her being a single mom, doing all this on her own, you think she'd have a little bit more common sense?
Yeah.
About her.
She's smart. She's a line leader. She works hard. And she's a good-looking lady. I mean, I don't know, just like it's not like this is the first guy she ever talked to or something. You know what I mean? That's why it's kind of hard for me to digest how she's getting suckered so hard.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Okay.
But like I said, he told her not to pack anything. They were going to buy all new stuff once they got there.
Right.
But she did pack a little bag, a little teal-colored bag.
Right.
And she had went to, this is what she told her friend, that she went to Victoria's Secret.
Yep.
And bought her a little lingerie, little blue nightie, something or another.
Right.
And put it in the teal bag. So that's what she had.
So she had something on her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, like I said, that was his favorite color.
Oh.
Now, Patti had arranged for her sister, Marcia, to watch her daughter, McKaylee, while she was gone.
Well, she was going to watch her half the week.
Yes.
She was dropping her off to her ex-husband.
And I think he was going to keep her for a couple days.
Yeah, till that Wednesday. And then she was going to go to her sister's from Wednesday to when they returned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she told her she would pick her up by July the 8th of 2001. Now, let's get back to the June 29th, the day that Patti disappeared.
Okay.
Now, on June the 29th, Patti took her golden retriever and cat to the kennel to be boarded.
Right.
Because she was going to be gone for a week.
Yep. Took her daughter to her ex-husband's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And later, she caught a ride to work with a coworker just so she could leave her car at home.
Right. So it wasn't in the parking lot the whole shutdown week.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she got a ride to work.
No, usually she drove, but just for that reason there, so she didn't have to leave her car there.
Yeah, exactly. And Patti clocked in at the Honda plant at 3:06 p.m. and she started her full shift. And like we said, the automotive plant had planned to shut down for a week starting that night to give employees a week's vacation to celebrate the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Now, shortly after midnight, Patti clocked out of her shift at 19 seconds after midnight.
Now, here's another weird thing, because she was always the last one to leave of her crew.
Making sure everything was done.
Everything was cleaned up, done right, shut down, or whatever they did. But she said a lot of the employees said it was kind of weird that night, because she had went around and told them all to be sure everything was cleaned up well before quitting time, because they just wanted to get out of there as quick as possible. And she had some stuff, I guess she had some stuff to do or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we went around and done that. So, like you said, as soon as it hit 12 o'clock, she just flew to the time clock and went it.
She hit the door running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we know why. You got any flags in your hand?
I got red flags everywhere. I'm throwing them down. I'm picking them up so fast.
Now, the reason that she wanted to be out of there really, really quick is because she was going to go to the truck.
Brian's truck.
To
wait on him. Yeah.
Where was she waiting on him?
In the bed of his truck.
In the bed of the truck.
Under a tonneau cover.
Now, we looked that up because it was like, because when I first started looking into this, I was thinking maybe it had a camper shell on the back, but that's not what this is. This is like a little flat cover, just even with the top of the bed.
Just covers the bed of the truck.
Right. And it's kind of, some of them are like solid, but they flip 2 or 3 places, and then some of them are like more like a blind on the window, just pulls down and then, you know what I mean, just hooks to the tailgate. But anyway, so the deal was, he told her he had a carpool rider that always rode with him.
Yeah.
And he always picked him up and took him home. So she's like, so what you need to do is go.
Now, that's going to sound weird, but this is what you got to do.
Yeah. Now, don't bring no clothes, because we're going to go up here in the middle of nowhere. Now, for nobody to know what's going on, what I need you to do is get out in the parking lot before anybody else gets out there and slide up in the back of my truck under that cover and hide till I could take my coworker home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got in the bed of his truck, closed the tailgate, was up under that
I don't know how you do that.
tonneau cover.
Yeah. I don't know how you get in there and close the tailgate and close the cover.
I don't either.
But we're going to go with that, because I've been trying to figure that out all day. So.
But that's pretty much what she had told her friend that she was instructed to do.
Yeah. Now, you tell me, how many ladies you're going to say, hey, we're going to go out, we're going to go off for a week, and what I need you to do is go climb up the back of my truck.
I don't know any ladies that would do that.
I know it ain't funny, but it's just like, dude, really? I'm like, nah, I'll just meet you down there, or I'll meet you somewhere later, or you come by and pick me up or something. It's just really strange to me. So anyway, that's what she did.
Yep.
Okay.
But he was going to take his coworker home.
Right. So they left the parking lot and drove 30 miles north to a Burger King.
Yeah.
And according to him, they sat there in line for 45 minutes waiting on their food.
And this is even according to the coworker that was in the truck with him.
Well, he said they went there to get food, but he didn't say nothing about the 45 minutes.
He didn't?
No.
Okay. All right.
Because we'll debunk this later, but yeah. And this is his story now. We'll file out some details later, but this is his story. You know, they went there and it took them 45 minutes to get food anyway.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, after midnight, 45 minutes to get food.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a real, you know.
Keep that in mind.
And I'm thinking, man, this poor girl's back in his damn truck all this time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get it.
I know. I don't get it either.
So then he would have to take the guy home, which was probably another 10 or 15 minutes on up the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So we don't know at what point that he stopped to let her out.
But anyway, the coworker is corroborating his story.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He did say, yeah, we left there, went to Burger King, he took me home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all straight.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, this is the last time we ever hear or see of her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because...
But really, the last time she's ever seen is leaving the plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, said she hit the tunnel and punched out and hit the tunnel and out the door, and that was it.
Yeah. Now, on July the 8th.
Okay, so we're fast forwarding the week to the day they're supposed to come back because, you know.
This was on July the 8th, like we said.
So, you know, and everybody's not really thinking anything. They ain't heard nothing from her, but they knew they weren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, you'd think that Patti would have checked in on her kid, but, you know.
Or at least went on the drive back.
Mm-hmm.
But they hadn't heard a thing.
No, they hadn't heard nothing all week from Patti.
Right.
So on July the 8th, Patti's sister Marcia was expecting her back to pick up McKaylee.
Yeah, around lunchtime, I think.
Yeah. And that afternoon, Marcia had called her house, didn't get no answer.
Yep.
So it's the figure they just might be running late or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then still didn't hear nothing.
No, it said she was calling back about every 30 minutes, trying to see anything, and then
it got into every 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
And then she's just flipping out, just hitting read out and going, what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I think at 3 or 4 o'clock,
yeah,
she just decided she's going to call the dude's house.
Yes. But she pretended to be like a customer.
Yeah, I think she had to look the number up, is what I heard, because I was wondering how she had his number.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked it up, I guess, and called his house. Yep. And a lady answered the phone.
Mm-hmm. And that was Brian's wife.
It was Brian's wife.
Yeah.
And so she was playing it cool, and she knew the whole story about them being married, you know. So she's playing it cool for now, and she just acted like she was a customer, like you said. And she said, "Well, he's not here, but he'll be home later on this afternoon."
Mm-hmm. So that sort of relieved her a little bit, thinking that, well, maybe they're just running late.
Whew. Yeah, because now I can just calm down for a minute. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing. No.
Still ain't heard nothing.
Nothing.
And then so she decided, you know, she'd give it a little while, and then she called back herself. It was a couple hours later. She called back, and then he answered the phone.
Yes.
And basically, she's like, "So where's my sister?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" You know, Patti, my sister. You were going off for the week. He goes, "Patti, like
Patti
from Honda?"
Yeah, Patti from Honda.
Yes, you were going off for a week. And so his tone kind of changed, and his mood kind of changed, and he started stuttering around a little bit, and basically saying he had no idea what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. I know Patti, but I don't know her. I talked to her at work. I don't really know her, so I really have no idea what you're talking about. And sister was not having none of this.
No. And Patti had even asked him on the phone, "What did you do to my sister?"
Yeah.
And that same day, Marcia did call the police.
Yeah.
Now, on July the 9th, around 3 a.m.
Yeah, said she couldn't sleep, just worried to death.
And she knew he was in a relationship with Patti because of the details that Patti had told him.
Yeah.
So she called back.
This time she wasn't being so nice.
Mm-mm. The wife answered.
Yep. And she filled her in.
Yeah, just filled her in that Patti was having an affair with her husband.
Yep. Been with them for 2 years. And
loaning him money.
Giving her a shit ton of money.
Yep.
And said she talked to her about 15 minutes, and then she handed the phone to Brian.
Yeah.
And he still denied everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm thinking to myself, my phone rings in the middle of the night. It tells my wife, well, there ain't going to be no calm.
No. There'll be no going back to sleep.
No.
It's going to be shit hit the fan.
Lots of splaining to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he's still denying the whole time that, no, I ain't been anywhere. And the wife's saying the same thing. Now, he ain't been nowhere all week. I don't know where you got your information from. But
and she was saying that he had been at home all week.
Yeah.
The week they were shut down, doing odd jobs around the house.
Yeah, on one day he went fishing, like on that last Thursday or something.
Yeah. put down some concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, done some things around the house.
So
Didn't go anywhere.
Right. So everybody's like, what in the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Now, the police went to Patti's house to search.
Yep.
And they didn't find anything in her home. They did take her financial records and her computer.
Yep.
And they found some those wrappers that goes around money, those money bands.
Yeah. Cash wrappers.
Yeah, that goes around them, and they found a few of those.
Yeah. But everything else seemed to be in place. Everything was tidy. Car was there. Nothing out of place. So they knew if something happened, it definitely didn't happen there.
Yep. And the police discovered that Patti was giving Brian some money. And he apparently had a business, like we said, and wanted to buy out the company.
But he still denies all this.
He's denying every bit of it.
Now, since everything was cash, there was no paper trail.
No paper trail at all.
So you couldn't prove that she had gave him anything.
No.
And she had even told her sisters, and her sisters like, you need to get something in writing so you can get this money back. She said, well, we can't do that because if his wife finds that, he's going to call it all off. So I can't take a chance on losing him by making him fill out a piece of paper.
Yeah. But like I said, he was supposed to start paying her back that July.
Right. Which would have been 2 days after this happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paying her back slowly. She was giving him some of it slowly, and he was going to start paying her back slowly.
Right.
And I think the first payment was coming in July.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Yeah. Even though he was taking her to Canada to a cabin. Yeah.
Yeah, in the woods. Far, far away.
Yeah. But the amount of money, like we said, Patti withdrew was about $90,000 in the span of a year. And her sisters also remember that Patti had told them about it, and they were a little annoyed that Patti had been saving her money for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But Patti reassured them that he was going to pay her back. That's what she said. And Patti was always pretty confident in what she did. She was described as being pretty self-assertive.
Very independent.
Yes.
She was not the type that had to have a boyfriend, and she wasn't needy.
Yeah.
And was always good with her money. So they was like, well, I mean, and she'd had her mind made up, so it wasn't no. She had her mind made up, so there wasn't no talking her out of it. So,
Yep.
I guess they just pretty much left it alone and just knew it was going to happen, whether they say anything or not.
Yep. Now we're going to jump about 2 weeks ahead. This is on July the 13th, 2001. This was 2 weeks after Patti went missing.
Okay.
And the police went to search Brian's home.
Mm-hmm.
And they were looking for money, gifts, anything that would link him to Patti.
Right. Yeah, they had talked to him a couple of days before, and then he denied any relationship or any involvement at all. So now they're searching.
Mm-hmm.
But he did consent, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, he said, yes, search anything you want to.
Go ahead. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah. And Patti had given Brian a Hard Rock Cafe T-shirt that she bought him when she was in Florida visiting her sister Janine.
Right. Yeah, and some kind of Harley Davidson phone or something.
Yeah, he liked Harley Davidsons.
I don't know what kind of phone, landline or what. I never did.
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
that's what I'm assuming. So this was in 2000 or 2001, so so it definitely could have been a landline at this point.
And they also searched his place of business.
They went upstairs in the storage, and they found that.
They found that tonneau cover.
Right. The one that was on she was hiding underneath.
And he just purchased that thing like...
The 26th.
Yeah, just a couple
July
days.
July 26th, put it on the 29th, and they'd taken it off.
Yeah.
Now, his story was that he had bought that for that fishing trip because he was going to put it on his truck to take all the gear so it didn't get wet.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't want your fishing rod getting wet.
Mm-hmm. But let's keep in mind, though, this truck was a work truck.
Yeah, like a service truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a lot of people did say it was kind of weird at work that he had never had driven his truck to work before.
Mm-mm.
So that was kind of strange.
Very strange.
Red flags.
Yeah, a lot more red flags. Now, the police, they interviewed Brian's wife, and she said that he'd come home around 2:30 a.m. on Friday of June 29th.
Right. Now, this is the same night we were talking about earlier about when he went to Burger King and all that stuff.
Yes. The night Patti went missing.
Yes. So if you do the math, really, there's no way it would took him that long to get home.
No.
It would have plenty of time, even if you leave the 45 minutes in at the Burger King. Now, the police did go and talk to the manager at the Burger King.
Yes.
And ask him about the 45-minute wait, the big lines. And he said, there's no way that anybody waited 45 minutes in line here on that night, and produced receipts showing that they only sold like $18 worth of food that night.
The restaurant only sold that much?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't wait no 45 minutes.
No, $18? Hell, that was probably their order.
Well, if I'd been in line 10 minutes, I'd have left.
Yeah, 45 minutes?
No.
The one in Cherville's, I've heard that takes about 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have left.
Yeah, so they didn't have any receipts or anything to where they actually went to the Burger King, but they did talked to the writer, and he confirmed they did go to Burger King, but he never said nothing about the 45 minutes, like I said. But so we don't know what happened after the Burger King. Burger King took the guy home, and then he got home at 2:30 in the morning. Now, I did hear that he got home about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then he tinkered around in the garage for about 30 minutes, and then he went to bed at 2:30.
Yeah.
And that's what his wife said. He
That's
came
what
to
his
bed
wife
about
said.
2:30. Right.
Yeah. Now, while the police were interviewing Brian, they asked him if Patti had ever given him any gifts. Now, by this time, they had found that Hard Rock Cafe T-shirt.
Right.
And he said the only gift Patti ever gave him was a birthday card.
Yeah.
Which he had ripped up.
Right. And the shirt. And the Harley Davidson
Yes.
telephone.
Yeah.
Now, the wife did say she had no idea where the shirt come from.
Yeah. Of course, you can buy a Hard Rock Cafe shirt anywhere. Goodwill, anywhere. I mean, really, you can find them.
Well, I know, but he didn't get one from so-and-so, Florida, and he's living in Ohio.
Well, you never know. I've seen them different places.
Where?
I've seen them in Goodwill from all over.
You should have got it for me.
Hard Rock Cafe from Hollywood, California, and places.
Okay.
But
Anyhow, she didn't know where it came from, but
yeah.
we did.
But now she had told her sister that she had bought him.
Right, and they had told the cops this previous before they even went to search.
Yes.
So when they found it, they knew.
It's very circumstantial. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Now, Brian's truck was also searched, and Patti had told her family that the man was going to drive the truck from his other business for their trip.
Mm-hmm.
And they found the cover that Patti had hidden under. It was missing.
Right. Yeah, they had already taken it off, and it was in the upstairs of the business, like
Rolled
we said.
up, yeah.
And they found it. And then when they searched that, they did find some hairs and a teeny tiny speck of blood.
Yeah.
Now the hairs, it didn't look like they were pet. They were animal hairs.
Yeah.
I guess is that what we would say?
It was a cat hair.
It was cat hair.
Yeah.
And they did take it to a lab that was specialized in that.
There's a lab in Texas that specializes in research of animal testing. And the hair was found to belong to Patti's cat. And they did end up with that blood sample. But the blood sample was so small, they described it as if you were bitten by a mosquito. Tiny speck of blood.
So it's wild to even saw it. About the cat hair, now they said for sure that was
Her cat's
matched
hair.
up to her cat hair.
Exactly.
Now, and it's on this cover. And that cover was on there for how many days?
Just a few days.
So, that'll tell you right there. Pretty much puts her in the truck
It does.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the bed of that truck.
Yeah.
And the police had also brought in cadaver dogs to Brian's house.
Yep.
Because they found a fresh concrete slab.
Yep.
And apparently the dogs went crazy around it.
Yep.
And they dug it up.
They brought in a backhoe and dug it up. They weren't playing.
And nothing was found.
Nothing, which is weird.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder if Patti was ever there on that property, where they put that concrete slab.
Right. Now, I did hear one detective talking about it and saying, well, it could have either been there or just had been laid there, and whatever they were hitting on could have just been laid there and then removed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It is really strange to me. Fresh concrete, and cadaver dogs hit on it, but there's nothing there. So it's kind of weird.
Yep. Now, I don't know if that blood has ever been tested.
I don't either. I've heard both ways. One, because they said they were going to wait because they knew, as minute as it was, the technology they had at the time, they didn't know if it was enough to make any kind of
Determination of a long time?
Yeah. And they didn't want to lose their sample because, so they decided to wait till technology was better.
They even said we only get one shot at this.
Right. So we don't want to lose it for nothing. So they held off for forever. And I don't know. I did see in one place where they said they did test it and it came back inconclusive. And then other places I've seen where they still hadn't tested it. Yeah. So I don't know factually if they have done it or not.
Yeah, and this has been 20 years this past July.
Yeah. Last month?
Yeah, last month, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all of Honda's property, as well as thousands of acres across 3 counties, were searched on foot and horseback, and four-wheelers, and from cars, trucks, helicopters, and airplanes, Dale.
Right.
Divers have scraped the bottoms of quarries and sunk special cameras into deep ponds, and dogs trained to find dead bodies, cadaver dogs, they've been run through the woods and the thickets, and they haven't found anything. Now, in 2006, Dale, the courts officially declared Patti Adkins deceased.
Yeah, the family was pushing for that.
Yeah. And the Union County Sheriff's Station is working on this homicide case, and they believe Patti is no longer missing but was killed.
Right. You know, they said that the Honda Credit Union was suing her estate for $13,000 for money she had taken out. So that's probably one reason they went ahead and had her, what do you call it?
Declared dead?
Declared, yeah. So that's probably another reason they wanted to have her declared dead. That way her estate could pay, I guess if she had life insurance or whatever, to pay some of those debts out or whatever.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've read some things about this Brian Flowers guy and where they live there in his little community. He lives in Ohio. Nobody knows him outside of his community. Mm-hmm. He's just very...
And it's crazy if he's a business owner, but it was in a different town, right?
Yeah.
He must be a one slick talking son of a gun. I can figure. Because he's still, reportedly, him and his wife are still together and still live in the same house, from what I hear. Now, I don't know. I've never been there. But so, I mean, I don't know. Do you think the wife's in on this?
I don't know if he told her or not. I really don't.
I mean, I don't know. It kind of hits me to thinking, man, she had to be in on this. So why wouldn't she be flipping out? You know, unless he's just that damn smooth, you know?
Yeah. And say, look, I got $90,000.
Yeah.
We need to keep quiet on this.
Yeah, keep your damn mouth shut.
We got a woman to give us $90,000.
I don't know. It's really sad. This whole red flag episode is strange, every bit of it.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. You know, her daughter's grown now.
Mm-hmm. Just graduated college.
Yeah. I'm in graduate school, stuff. And there's nothing ever been done, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Brian has never even been named, you know, but I know there's only like one suspect or one person of interest, and it's him, but they never really formally said anything about it. So I guess I think he did eventually sell the business, the other business or whatever, and he quit his job at Honda and never went back.
No, he never did go back after that night.
After that late vacation or whatever. Now, that Thursday he did go fishing, you know, or he said he went fishing with some friends, but he didn't really say where he went fishing. Mm-mm. And then popped the cover off the next day or whatever. So, other than that, he was supposed to be at home the whole week. So, I don't know.
Makes you wonder if Patti was in that truck the whole time.
Makes you wonder.
But you'd think you'd have found something in there.
Yeah, if she was in there that long, that'd be...
Yeah. He had her put somewhere that night.
He had time, yeah, exactly, between... he probably had all this... I mean, hell, if he can get away with talking her into not bringing anything, so I ain't got nothing to hide. Don't bring nothing. We're going to go. You go hide in the truck. I'm going to keep my buddy riding with me. That way nothing seems out of the ordinary except for I got a different vehicle.
Yep.
My buddy's riding with me, so I'm covered, you know. She's hiding in the back, so he don't know.
He's got that alibi, that witness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, she thinks she's hiding because she don't want nobody to know they're in a relationship, and he's wanting her to hide so nobody knows she's in his truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so if she gets gone... I don't know. Why would you think I did it, you know? Yeah. Except for he didn't know that she had told all her sisters what the whole plan and everything, but still, they can't find anything. So I'm pretty sure he had whatever he was going to do with her or do to her, he already had it planned out and ready.
Yeah, I think so. Because he's going to start paying back some bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got his $90,000 and then did whatever he did. I'm pretty sure it's all on him. You know, hell. He
doesn't have any criminal record before this at all.
Mm-mm.
So, it makes you wonder.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Now, just a little description on Patti. She is a Caucasian female born on May the 4th, 1972. And she has blonde hair and hazel eyes. She is 5'8" and weighs 120 pounds. Her navel and ears are pierced, and she has 3 orchids tattooed on her lower back with bluish green haze around them, and it's horizontally placed on her lower back.
Right.
And she had also had corrective laser surgery on her vision. And she was last seen wearing steel-toed sneakers and an all-white Honda work uniform consisting of pants and a long-sleeve shirt. And it had 2 red outline patches on the upper chest, and one patch says Patti and the other says Honda of America. And she was carrying a small teal-colored duffel bag that had her little blue nightie in it, a maroon coin pouch, and a keychain with her Honda ID card on it. And none of that stuff has been found.
Yeah, so don't bring nothing. You can wear your Honda uniform all the way to Canada.
Yep. And if anyone has any information about Patti, they can contact the Marysville Police Department. The number is 937-642-3900, or the Union County Sheriff's Department there in Marysville with anything they may know. But this is a sad situation.
It is, man.
McKaylee, 7 years old, losing her mom.
Yep.
Now, I think she went to live with Patty's sister.
Her aunt, yeah.
Yeah. Still, pretty bad. They don't know anything.
Nothing, man. It's just like she just disappeared. This dude, I don't know. I keep saying this dude. I don't know that he did it, but I'm pretty damn sure he did.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't heard. I've read of anybody that's been suspicious of or anything besides him.
But like I said, he was slick. He had everything down, and the only person that could know anything would be his wife, and she may not know.
She may not be talking. That is the case of Patti Adkins.
Patti Adkins.
All right, Dale, we are going to get out of here.
Let's roll, Donnie.
We want everyone to be safe, be careful, and always be aware of your surroundings.
Because the next episode could be about you.
This is
the Crack House Chronicles.